Hello dear students, welcome to Madhrood. In this lecture, we are going to discuss some important theorems related to analytic functions. In previous lecture, we discussed what is meant by analytic function. Okay. Now we are going to discuss some important remarks related to analytic functions. First remark, if G is an open set in C and f from G to C, G from G to C are analytic functions, then f plus G is analytic. That means sum of two analytic function is again analytic. Next, f into G is analytic. That means product of two analytic function is again analytic. Next remark, if f and G are analytic on G and G1 is the set of points in G where G doesn't vanish, then f by G is analytic on G1. Note that these two functions f and G are both analytic on G and G1 is the set of all points Z in G such that G doesn't vanish. Okay. Then the function f by G is again analytic on the set G1. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss an important rule called chain rule. Okay. Let f and G be analytic on capital G and H respectively, and suppose f of G contained in H. Then G composition f is analytic on capital G and G composition f dash of Z equal to G dash of f of Z into f dash of Z for all Z in G. The idea of this rule is so very simple. Suppose we have analytic function f on G and another analytic function G defined on H. Both G and H are open subsets of complex plane C. Okay. Suppose f of G is contained in H. Okay. F of G is contained in the open set H. Then G composition f is again an analytic function from G into C. Okay. Also note that G composition f dash of Z equal to G dash of f of Z into f dash of Z. Okay. So let's discuss the proof. Fix a point Z0 in the open set G and choose a positive number R such that B of Z0 R is contained in G. That means this open ball is completely contained in G. Okay. We must show that if 0 less than mod Hn less than R and limit of this sequence Hn equal to 0, then G of f of Z0 plus Hn minus G of f of Z0 by Hn exists and equals G dash of f of Z0 into f dash of Z0. Okay. We will choose G open set. Okay. Z0 is point G will choose. Okay. We will positive number R choose. Okay. This point is center right R radius this open ball complete G will contain. Okay. We will do this 0 less than mod Hn less than R. That is H1, H2, H3 modulus this number okay. Positive number assume. Okay. Limit of this sequence, the limit of H1, limit of H2, etc. Our sequence in the limit 0. Okay. This value exists. That is equal to prove. Okay. So, we will note H f of Z0 plus Hn minus f of Z0. Okay. Note that Hn is nothing but f of Z0 plus Hn minus f of Z0. So, there are two cases arises. First one is f of Z0 plus Hn not equal to f of Z0. Okay. Next, f of Z0 plus Hn equal to f of Z0. Okay. So, we discuss that two cases separately. Okay. Consider the case 1. Suppose f of Z0 not equal to f of Z0 plus Hn for every n. Then G composition f of z0 plus hn minus G composition f of z0 by hn equal to, use the definition of composition, function composition, G of f of z0 plus hn minus G of f of z0 by f of z0 plus hn minus f of z0 into f of z0 plus hn minus f of z0 by hn. Okay. We multiply and divide the term this by the term f of z0 plus hn minus f of z0 at the same time. Okay. So this is balanced. Okay. By a previous proposition, we know that limit of this quantity equal to 0. Okay. So the limit of this quantity, okay, limit of this equal to g dash of f of z0 into f dash of z0. Okay. Next, consider the case 2. Suppose f of z0 equal to f of z0 plus hn for infinitely many n. Okay. Then we write sequence hn as the union of two sequences, sequence kn and sequence ln, where f of z0 not equal to f of z0 plus kn. Okay. And f of z0 equal to f of z0 plus ln for all n. Okay. Note that hn is the sequence of, hn is the union of these two sequences, where sequence kn satisfies this condition and sequence ln satisfies this condition for every n. Okay. We know that f is differentiable. Okay. We assume that f is differentiable. So f dash of z0 equal to limit n tends to infinity f of z0 plus ln minus f of z0 by ln. We know that in the case of ln, these two are equal. So the difference equal to 0. Okay. So limit n tends to infinity 0 by ln equal to 0. Okay. Also we know that limit n tends to infinity G composition of f of z0 plus ln minus G composition f of z0 by ln equal to limit n tends to infinity. Again this difference equal to 0, 0 by ln equal to 0. Okay. So in the case of the sequence ln, we got that G composition f dash of z0 equal to 0. Okay. G composition f dash of z0. This is the definition of G composition f dash of z0. Okay. G composition f dash of z0 equal to 0. Also f dash of z0 also equal to 0. Okay. By case 1, that means f of z0 not equal to f of z0 plus hn. Limit n tends to infinity G composition f of z0 plus kn minus G composition f of z0 by kn, that is equal to g dash of f of z0 into f dash of z0. We take the sequence hn as the union of two sequences, sequence kn and sequence ln. In the case of sequence kn, f of z0 not equal to f of z0 plus kn. Okay. Since f of z0 equal to f of z0 plus hn for infinitely many hn and f is continuous at z0, then by the definition f dash of z0 equal to 0. Okay. So the limit of this equal to 0. That means limit n tends to infinity G composition f of z0 plus hn minus G composition f of z0 by hn equal to 0. That is equal to g dash of f of z0 into f dash of z0. Okay. So 0 into 0 equal to 0. Okay. So combining case 1 and case 2, the result follows. Okay. This is the proof. Now we are going to discuss a problem. Prove that the function f of z equal to mod z square is continuous everywhere but nowhere differentiable except at the origin. Okay. So our function is f of z is equal to mod z square. We know that mod z equal to root of x square plus y square, where z is equal to x plus iy. So mod z square equal to x square plus y square. We know that x square plus y square is everywhere continuous. Okay. So mod z square is continuous everywhere. Okay, but x square plus y square is continuous everywhere. It follows that mod z square is everywhere continuous. Okay, everywhere continuous. Everywhere continuous. Okay, so we got that mod z square is everywhere continuous. Next, we are going to check whether the function f of z equal to mod z square is differentiable or not. Okay, now using the definition of derivative, f dash of z is equal to limit h tends to 0 mod z plus h whole square minus mod z square by h. Note that our function was f of z is equal to mod z square. Okay, so using the definition of derivative, f dash of z is equal to limit h tends to 0 modulus of z plus h whole square minus modulus of z square divided by h. Okay, now we use the formula. We know that z bar equal to mod z square. Okay, z bar equal to mod z square. So mod z plus h whole square equal to mod z plus h whole square equal to z plus h into z plus h whole bar. Okay, so this become limit h tends to 0 z plus h into z plus h whole bar minus mod z square become z bar divided by h. Okay, next limit h tends to 0. We know that z1 plus z2 whole bar equal to z1 bar plus z2 bar. This is the property of conjugate. Okay, so limit h tends to 0 z plus h into z bar plus h bar minus z bar divided by h. Okay, next multiply the terms. Limit h tends to 0 z bar plus h bar plus z bar plus h bar minus z bar divided by h. Okay, now these get cancelled. Okay, so limit h tends to 0 z bar h plus z bar plus h bar divided by h. Okay, so we have f dash of z equal to limit h tends to 0 h z bar plus z bar plus h bar divided by h. Okay, so this is equal to limit h tends to 0 z bar h divided by h, that is equal to z bar plus h bar divided by h, that is equal to h bar plus z bar by h, z bar divided by h. Okay, this is equal to limit h tends to 0 z bar plus z bar divided by h. This term becomes 0 since limit h tends to 0 h bar equal to 0. Okay, so now f dash of z equal to limit h tends to 0 z bar plus z bar divided by h. Now take h is equal to r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay. So h bar equal to r into cos theta minus I sin theta. Okay. Note that we have a ratio h bar divided by h. So find h bar divided by h. So h bar divided by h equal to r into cos theta minus I sin theta divided by r into cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay. So r get cancelled. So h bar divided by h equal to cos theta minus I sin theta divided by cos theta plus I sin theta. That is equal to cos theta minus I sin theta into cos theta plus I sin theta whole inverse. Okay. This is equal to cos theta minus I sin theta whole square. Okay. This is equal to cos of 2 theta minus I into sin of 2 theta. Okay. So we got h bar divided by h equal to cos 2 theta minus I sin 2 theta. Now limit h tends to 0, h bar divided by h does not tend to unique limit as it depends upon argument of h where z is a non-zero point. Okay. Hence from the equation f dash of z equal to limit h tends to 0 z bar plus z into h bar divided by h, it follows that f dash of z is not unique. Okay. We get different limit. Okay. That is f of z is not differentiable for any non-zero value of z. In the case 0, when z is equal to 0, the value of f dash of z, that is f dash of 0, that is equal to 0. F dash of 0 equal to limit h tends to 0, 0 plus 0 into h bar divided by h, that is equal to 0. Okay. And is unique. So the function f of z equal to mod z square is differentiable only at the point 0, that only at the origin. Okay. So this is the answer. Okay. I think this answer is little confusing. There is another easy way to show that f of z equal to mod z square is differentiable only at origin. That is called Cauchy-Riemann equations. Okay. Using Cauchy-Riemann equation, we can easily show that f of z equal to mod z square is only differentiable at origin. Okay. Next question. This is an exercise question. Show that limit n tends to infinity n raised to 1 by n equal to 1. Okay. We have two kinds of equations for radius of convergence. First one is 1 by r equal to limit n tends to infinity mod a n all raised to 1 by n. Okay. Also r equal to limit n tends to infinity mod a n by n plus 1. That means 1 by r equal to limit n tends to infinity n plus 1 by a n. Okay. So equating this with this, you obtain limit n tends to infinity n raised to 1 by n equal to limit n tends to infinity n plus 1 by a n. Okay. So our a n is n raised to 1 by n is n raised to 1 by n. Okay. N raised to 1 by n, that is equal to limit n tends to infinity, apply this, n plus 1 divided by n. Okay. Limit n tends to infinity n by n plus 1 by n. N by n, that is equal to 1, 1 plus 1 by n. Limit of this equal to 1 because limit n tends to infinity 1 by n equal to 0. Okay. So limit n tends to infinity 1 equal to 1. Okay. So limit n tends to infinity n raised to 1 by n equal to 1. Okay. This equation is important because we have further applications for this equation. Okay.